Your homework was called Triangle Practice, and we are going to begin with number 1. I noticed that we are only given one angle here. So we just begin with what we're given. We start with that 107, linear pair theorem. Linear pair of 107, 73. Isosceles triangle theorem. If two sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite are congruent. Triangle sum theorem. The angles of a triangle add up to 180. Vertical angle theorem. If two angles are vertical, then they are congruent. Isosceles triangle theorem. If two sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite are congruent. And triangle sum theorem again. It's like we are going in circles. Triangle sum theorem gets us 112. John is building a doghouse. He decides to use the design shown. If the measure of angle DBF is 35, what is the measure of the vertex angle of the isosceles triangle? There's only one isosceles triangle in our picture, and there's only one vertex angle in an isosceles triangle. So we're looking for angle BAC. What's weird about this problem is that you don't use the 2x plus 15. Am I right? You do 35 plus 90 and subtract it from 180, and you get 55. So it's kind of weird that that 2x plus 15 is like extra information. It's like it should be a 2-part problem or something. Yeah. The measure of the vertex angle of an isosceles triangle. Okay, well, let's just stop right there. Stop right there and draw yourself a picture. Isosceles triangle. We're speaking about the vertex angle. It is 12 more than 5 times the measure of a base angle. So I'm going to call the base angle x, and this angle would be called 12 more than 5 times x. 12 more means plus 12, and 5 times x means 5 multiplied by x. Determine the sum of the measures of the base angles. So can we solve for x? What theorem do we use? Use the triangle sum theorem. Yes, you do. Let's add these up. X plus x plus 5x. 7x. 0, 0, okay, 12. So I added up all the angles to equal 180. 180 minus 12 divided by 7. So x is 24, but it wanted the sum of the base angles for some reason. So the answer would be 48. Number 7. Isosceles right triangle ABC has a right angle at B. So stop right there. Draw yourself a right isosceles triangle. Right isosceles. It's actually important that you can draw a right isosceles triangle. I know it shows up either on a quiz or the test. I can't remember which one. So make sure you're able to draw a right isosceles triangle. Right angle is at B. Check. And AB is congruent to CB. They didn't even have to tell us that. BD bisects angle B. And point D is on AC. So I'm going to stop right there. I already know the measures of those angles. If I need them later, I'll write them down. Because I know when you bisect 90, you get 45. If BD is perpendicular to AC, describe triangles ABD and CBD. So it just wants us to describe this triangle and this triangle. They are congruent, although we haven't learned that yet. That's next unit. They're both right isosceles triangles. Yeah, I mean, you can find the missing angle. This missing angle is 45. Well, if the angles are congruent, then the sides opposite are congruent. So both of those green triangles are right, and they're both isosceles. So we started all out with a right isosceles triangle. We drew that angle bisector, and we came up with two more right isosceles